Monday, the 9th day of June, 2025. It is 7:50 a.m. It is 69 degrees. And I'm on my way to the prison job. I'm on my way to the prison job. So I think it's supposed to be in the 80s today. So I decided to wear short sleeves. Because I've got some people who want to leave my door open to the outside, and I keep telling them, go on, get out the door. But, you know that's the way they are. They're not going to listen. They only think about themselves. Okay, I want to address some comments. Jay left me a comment that his comments were disappearing. I know that one went to, or two maybe, went to Held for Review. I did release them. I do not understand why they go to Held for Review. Now, I admit, I had my comments on strict for a while because of the doxing of someone. I don't believe in doxing, and so I had them on strict. And sometimes when you have them on strict, for some reason, when other people have channels on YouTube, it goes to Held for Review. Don't ask me why, but it does. Ray's always goes to Held for Review almost every time. And I don't understand it. And I'll look at it and I'll think, why? So anyway, they've been released. I did change it to basic. So it shouldn't be as strict as it once was. I didn't put, show all comments because I just don't like to do that until I read over them. Because I've told y'all before, I don't want to be the cause of somebody getting put in YouTube jail because of a comment. And there are people that like to report comments on other people's channels. And I don't understand that. I could see that if the comment was about them and it wasn't nice. But if it's just a general comment and it's someone else's channel, I mean, I know anybody can be offended, but come on, people. Let us have free speech. All right. There I went with the clicking my tongue. So I saw Denny Hamlin one of the ways. I didn't watch it all. I was busy doing other stuff, and when I saw Chase wasn't doing that well, I just said there's something else on TV I can watch. Of course, I watched WWE, Money in the Bank. I didn't watch every minute of it because Ray was on, but I did watch some of it. I could have went back and watched it, but I didn't. And it was, just another Money in the Bank, I guess. I kind of could have picked the winners myself. Anyway, we'll move on from that. So I did watch some of Timmy's videos, and I did see that he finally showed himself weighing on camera. So don't tell me he's not watching us. Don't tell me. And these glasses are scratched. It's my fault because I don't have to take care of them. See, if I buy glasses that are over $50, I take care of them. If I buy cheap glasses, I don't take care of them. I don't take care of them. So, anyway. It's not that I buy that many glasses over $50, but I just know I tend to take care of them better. And there is a pair I'm eyeing, but it won't be this year before I buy them. I mean, they're a classic from Ray-Ban, so it won't be this year. Unless Dave wants to buy them for me for Christmas. Anyway, they're the wings. The wings. And I'll try to insert a picture if I think about it. Okay, now, what am I going to talk about other than that? Well, like I say, he went and he bought some burgers and he cooked them, but I didn't watch that part. You know me, I don't care to see the cooking anymore or anything like that. I know he said he went to the gym, all I know is, I know I know that there was this one where he was on the bridge and walking, and somebody said he was jogging. I didn't watch that one. I do not want to see him without a shirt on. No. Just not what I want to see. And I'm not watching them all. As I said, I usually pick one, and I did watch that short one, and that's it. But he did show his weight, and so good for him, you know. And, you know, if he is staying on it and he's, you know, losing weight, then good for him. Good for him. I don't wish him nothing bad. But I did see the rant, and I guess that was one of them. I don't know if, I guess, maybe I watched 3 videos. I don't know. They all run together after a while. But I did see the rant. And I watched another video an older video this morning from Darlin', where, you know, it's one of him where he's all the time talking about spoiled milk, you know, and all that junk. And he talks about treating people the way he wants to be treated. Well, what happened there, Timmy? What happened? Why didn't you treat Jay and Bev the way you want to be treated? I don't get that. What happened? All right. That's my question to him. What happened? That he can't treat others, you know. Does everything always has to be rosy and perfect? If so, you're not a friend, and you don't know how to be a friend. All right. Let's move on to Diddy. I'm going to say this briefly, and then I'm going to go to work. This Jane Doe should be back up on the stand this week. And from what I'm understanding this is going to be it. Diddy's lawyers have filed an appeal again. Well, not an appeal, but they filed the papers for mistrial again. The reason that he's doing this, from what I was told or what I watched on the videos, is because he knows what's coming next. And it's not good for him. So they want to do everything they can to try a mistrial. Well, a mistrial only means it's going to be tried again. So anyway, my thought is on him is that he is, from what I have heard, if all this is true, and I do believe most of it is true, to the best of their ability of remembering and, you know, being on things that you shouldn't be on, that's not good for your body, then he's disgusting. He is disgusting. There's not, you know, I could say exactly what I think should happen to him, but he'd probably enjoy that, so I'm not going to say it. And I'm sure some of y'all can get an idea about that. You know, I think that he is, I mean, he used Jane Doe. He used her body. That's what he did. She was nothing but a body to him. And, you know, Jane Doe wanted to be Cassie or Kim Porter. But, and I don't know, you know, of course, Kim is not here to tell her story, so, but Cassie was treated terrible too, so I understand that women feel like they can change men. I have said before that I'm a fixer. But I will say, if I'm being abused, I'm not staying. I don't care how much money they got. Now, if you're feared for your life, it's a little different. But if I really feared for my life, and I really felt like that, I mean, I would have went to someone. There has to be someone you can go to. And I know there is. There's all types of agencies out there that would get you undercover if you know, feared for your life. But I know they thought that Diddy was invincible, that he had all this power. I understand all that. I'm not sure that I can't relate to any of that, no. But I think Diddy chose the women for a reason. He felt these women out, and he wanted to see how he knew that they had probably had issues from their childhood. You know, I don't want to go in and assume stuff, but just, I think that probably all these women may have suffered some type of childhood trauma, and he chose these women because he knew mentally they were not capable of saying no to him, because they wanted to fix him, and they kept wanting to be the one girlfriend, the one maybe wife, and that just wasn't going to be the case. And I know there's one over here, I don't know that much about her, but she supposedly was the real girlfriend, and she's contradicting, she's saying all this stuff that he was always good to her and all that stuff. I just find that hard to believe. I find that hard to believe. But what are you going to do? Alright, that's all I'm going to say about that. And like I say, for more details, if you want more graphic details, I mean graphic as you can get on YouTube, go watch Armand. He gets almost too graphic for me. But that's where to go, Armand Wiggins. Now there's another girl out there, she doesn't get as graphic, but you get the idea. That is Tisa Tales, I think. Anyway, I'll link them both below. They're both in the courtroom. So if you want the graphic, gory details, watch Armand. If you want the up-to-date details, then go watch Tisa, because she's there. Alright, gotta go to work. Love y'all. Bye.